Dear students, today I am going to do the chapter 3 questions. 3 questions is a story written by Leo Tolstoy, the famous Russian novelist. And it is a very good story which provides us with a moral. It once occurred to a certain Tsar that if he always knew the right time to begin everything, if he knew who were the right people to listen to and whom to avoid, and above all, if he always knew what was the most important thing to do, he would never fail in anything he might undertake. So Tsar, you know that a Tsar is a Russian emperor. So an idea came to one Russian emperor that if he would know the right time to begin or to start any work, or if he would know the right people he would be keep mixing with, or he would be having an association with, or which people he would consider the most important and whom to avoid, and above all, if he would know the most important thing to do, means what time what he would do as the most important thing, so he would never fail in anything he might undertake. So if the Tsar would know the answers of all these 3 questions, he would never fail to do anything which he would undertake, or which he would aim to do. And this thought having occurred to him, he had it proclaimed throughout his kingdom that he would give a great reward to anyone who would teach him what was the right time for every action, and who were the most necessary people, and how he might know what was the most important thing to do. So when this idea came to him, he made it announced throughout his kingdom that he would give great reward to the person who would give the answers of his 3 great questions, and who would teach him the right time for every action, the right people whom he would mix with, and about the thing or what was the most important thing to do. And learned men came to the Tsar, but they all answered his questions differently. So all the learned men of the Tsar's kingdom came to him, but they all answered the questions in a very different way, which could not satisfy the Tsar. In reply to the first question, some said to know the right time for every action, one must draw up in advance a table of days, months and years, and must live strictly according to it. Only thus said they would everything be done in its proper time. So, in reply to the first questions, the said that some people say, or some learned men say, the answer of the first question. They said what? That is, anyone wanted to know the right time for every action, he must draw up in advance a table of days, months, years, and must live according to that strict schedule. Or it must be said that one must follow a strict calendar, and one must follow it in a very, very strict way, so that he could not miss a day for or action. Only thus said they would everything be done in its proper times. So, according to the learned men, if anyone would keep a perfect calendar and follow it strictly, then it would be possible for him to do everything at proper time. Others declared that it was impossible to decide beforehand the right time for every action, but that not letting oneself be absorbed in idle pastimes, or one should always attend to all that was going on and then do what was the most needful. So others again announced about the right time for every action. They said what? It was absolutely impossible to decide beforehand that how they would determine the right time for every action. It was quite impossible to know the right time for every action. Then what would happen? One would not have any kind of idle pastime, or one would not be able to spend time in an idle manner or spend time in leisure, but one had to be absorbed in whatever was going on. So one must be very strictly following whatever was going on continuously without having any leisure, which was rather impossible to do. And after following each action, the person would do what was the most needful at the particular time. So it was quite an impossible task. Others again said that however attentive the Tsar might be to what was going on, it was impossible for one man to decide correctly the right time for every action. So what happened? Others again said what? That the however attentive the Tsar might be very attentive to whatever was going on. He would be attentively looking at everything. But it was impossible for one man to decide correctly the right time for every action. So one man can decide the right time for every action. But that should have a council of wise men who would help him to fix the proper time for everything. So according to those learned men, they suggested what? That the Tsar should have a council of wise men or council of wise men who would be advising him and who would be helping him to decide for the right time for his every action. But then again, others said that there were some things which could not wait to be laid before a council, but about which one had at once to decide whether to undertake them or not. So when the suggestion came of having a council at that time, others said what? That there are some very important matters which could not be or which could not wait to be laid before the council, means which could not be kept aside to be or which could not have any time to place it before the council because they need immediate under attention, and at once one had to decide whether they would do the work or not. But in order to decide that, what would happen? One must know beforehand what was going to happen. So for determining the right time for every action, what would happen? That a person must know beforehand what was going to happen. It is only magicians who would know that. So it is only the magicians who know that. And therefore, in order to know the right time for every action, one must consult who? The magicians. So as magicians know that what will happen when. So one has to consult the magicians before doing any work. And then only one can decide the right time for every action. Equally various were the answers to the second question. So equally various were the answers of the second question. Some said the people of the Tsar most needed various counselors, others the priests, others the doctors, while some said the warriors were the most necessary. So to the first question, many different answers came. The same thing happened with the second question also. So equally various answers were the questions. Equally various answers to the questions came. Some said the people the Tsar most needed various counselors. Others said the priests and others said the doctors, the most required person or the most important person whom the Tsar needed. While some said the warriors were the most necessary. So some said what? That the warriors were the most necessary whom the Tsar would need. To the third question as to what was the most important occupation, the people of the Tsar most needed various counselors, others the priests, others the doctors, while some said the warriors were the necessary. This I have already explained. Now to the third question as to what was the most important occupation. Means what was the most important thing to do? Some replied that the most important thing in the world was science. According to some people, that the most important thing in the world was science. Others said it was skill in warfare, means others said that the most important thing to do. As to what was the most important occupation, some replied that the most important thing in the world was science, others said it was skill in warfare, and others again that it was religious warfare. So the third question, the answers came, so the third question was what was the most important thing to do, or what was the most important occupation. The learned men replied that the most important thing in the world was science, and science related whatever is the would be the most important occupation. Others said that the most important was the skill in warfare, means however the person was skillful in warfare that was required, and others again said that it was religious worship. So the third most important, others said about the religious worship would be the most important thing.